Hold up, wait. The Minnesota Vikings were going to rock it till the wheels fell off. Well, they fell off. It's over. It's done. Minnesota Vikings were in the game for a hot second against the no-account New Orleans Saints, but ultimately they fell 52-33, allegedly, and officially eliminated from playoff contention. The Vikings are what your record says you are, so they are 6-9. Nice. I mean, the offense was fine in spots. Offensive line failed in a few key spots as well, but that defense is the story. So 6 tutties to Alvin Kamara, the most in the National Football League since 1929. I mean, the last time a single dude ran for that many touchdowns, there was no face masks. None. Like, you couldn't even call, face mask on the defense. How are the refs going to call a face mask against the 1929 Vikings, who did not exist yet, if they don't have face masks? That's what I want to know. Also, 583 yards. It's the most allowed in franchise history, and that goes way back like chiropractic 1961. 52 points, most allowed since 1963. It's the third 500-yard game surrendered this year. It's an embarrassment. It is. And I know injuries, but it's one thing to get beat. It's a whole nother thing just to flat out quit. And a bunch of guys on that defense, they just quit. They stole a game check this week, and it's like, it's rough. It's rough. But we got winners, we got losers, and it has been our tradition. So bad loss, going to start with losers. Losers. So that Vikings run defense. Yeah, so 6 rushing touchdowns to Kamara, 264 on the ground. It felt like 600, but 264 on the ground. This after a $199 against the Bears of David Montgomery. Yes, no Kendricks. Yes, no Barr. Yes, no Michael Pierce ever. Yes, no Daniil. But show some pride, man. Show some pride. Like, stopping the run, that's a personal thing. That is, hey, man on man, we're going to push you backwards, move the line of scrimmage, and we're going to jam it down your throats. I mean, what bothered me the most is after Michael Pierce opted out, which his prerogative, it's whatever. The Vikings did nothing. The Vikings did nothing to replace this beautiful, gorgeous, 340-pound, two-gapping nose tackle who's going to make life so much easier for Eric Kendricks behind him because he's just going to absorb bodies and make sure that line of scrimmage does not move. But they did nothing. They're like, Shamar Stephen can play nose. No, absolutely not. Shamar Stephen, frankly, needs to never play again. He needs to, also, it bugged me so much. What, was Snacks Harrison's phone broken? He just sits out there for a bunch of weeks, signs the Seahawks practice squad. Oh, yeah, didn't need him at all. Great. Then also, Anthony Harris imploded this game. Even though he had been graded pretty poorly, I thought that 41 had been playing decent, but this game, yuck. I mean, missed tackles, missed assignments, missed everything. It was bad. Jeff Gladney also missed about 75 tackles, give or take, including that Jared Cook one where he busts out for like 40 yards. Jared Cook is the only dude in that stadium who could not beat Kyle Rudolph in a 40-yard dash. And you let him get loose. Are you kidding me? Also, Chris Jones, play Harrison hand you cowards. More on him in a sec. The interior offensive line got pushed around. But, yeah, again, that is the trade-off of having these lighter outside zone offensive linemen. Bradbury, Doja, Ezra, they did get pushed around, of course, in one-on-one spots. Zimmer's clock management before the half. So, you think he's been a head coach since 2014. You think that in situational football he would improve. But what was that garbage clown shoes plan? Like, you had 20 seconds tick off the clock, and then you burn a timeout to save 2 seconds. I mean, my God. My goodness. Also loser, Marshawn Lattimore, who did the gritty dance after Jefferson walked off with an injury towards the end of the game. Classless. Absolutely classless. Takes after their coach, but nah. All right, so winner number 1. Dalvin Cook, I guess. So 15 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown, 4.9 yards per carry. I got vultured by Mike Boone, but love me some marvelous Mike Boone. Leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns with 16. Also is approaching 2,000 yards from scrimmage. Should notch that against Detroit. So, great. But, of course, they did get away from the run in the second half as they got behind the game script, but it's whatever. Winner number 2. Harrison Hand, my guy, man, the pride of Temple by way of Baylor. Let's go. I mean, let the owl fly. So he only played 90 snaps over 4 games coming into today, but had an interception. So he gave up a 31-yard catch to Emmanuel Sanders Radford, like, hey, play Harrison Hand more. And then he's like, oh, that. And then he had that beautiful interception. Love it. And then also followed up with a great punt coverage tackle. He had 3 tackles on the day.
Also had 2 passes broken up. One where I'm pretty sure Ty Montgomery caught that. And then Harrison Hand, boop. And then it should have been picked off by Eric Wilson, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, Harrison Hand, play 38 more. I mean, the Vikings not only have 1.5 good rookie cornerbacks in Dantzler and sometimes Gladney, but also Harrison Hand can ball, man. Free him. Let him play. Winner number 3, Irv Smith Jr., back in NOLA, back in his hometown, New Orleans. Love it. 6 catches for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns on 14 targets? Really? Wow. Nice play design on the first touchdown, coming across formation in the trash. He and Gronklin, a nice tight end duo for the future. Could be it for Kyle Rudolph. Could be it because the future, Irv, Gronklin, maybe Henches. I don't know. Winner number 4, Adam Jerome Ezekiel Thielen. So 8 for 97 and a touchdown on 9 targets. Now, yeah, some of that was in garbage time. The touchdown certainly was, but you can't deny it. 14 touchdowns in 14 games this year. Remember, he missed the Panthers game because of the Rona testing. Sure. Pro Bowl snub. You can make a good case, but yeah. Winner number 5. So sticking with the rookies, my guy, Blake Lynch, UDFA linebacker out of Baylor. First career start, 10 tackles, 7 solo, and he was flying around making plays, man. So first couple drives, he definitely had that deer in headlights look. I mean, first real NFL action. He did play like 1 snap against the Bears last week on defense, but then he just settled in and just started playing ball. And he's absolutely an intriguing guy for the future. And you heard on the telecast, and you if you follow the channel for a while, you've heard us talk about Blake Lynch, where he's a super interesting guy. I mean, running back, wide receiver, cornerback, safety, linebacker. I mean, he's an all-around athlete. Hasn't specialized in anything quite yet, even though he's been a linebacker for about the last 2.5 seasons. So if he settles in, I mean, it's definitely a name to be watching for. And leave it to Blake Lynch to be the first Lynch from Baylor to actually get on the field. I mean, in this game, why was James Lynch not out there? Just completely boggles my mind yet again. But he's one of the few defensive players who did not quit. Honorable mention winners. I mean, I guess Kirk. 27-41 for 291, 3 touchdowns, $110.9 quarterback rating. And they mentioned on the telecast, man, they roasted him. It's like, oh, he's the tightest quarterback that we've ever met. And Zimmer says he overthinks things. Well, yeah, it's all true. It is all true. But when he was protected, he dropped some absolute dimes. Like that BC should have been touchdown that he dropped where Gronklin held. That's whatever. But, yeah. I mean, in a game where it's pretty clear who's to blame for this thing going pear-shaped, wasn't exactly on Kirk Cousins. He sort of skated by this one again. Hardy Nickerson Jr., interception, picked off of the Emmanuel Sanders drop. Also threw in 5 tackles, playing some decent linebacker there. Love to see that. Mike Boone get himself a touchdown. Love me some Marvelous Mike Boone. Is going to be a restricted free agent next offseason. Want to keep him. He's a great backup running back as well as a great special teamer. And then also Eric Wilson against everyone, which is basically what it was. I mean, people hack on Wilson as like, well, he's not making tackles, not flying around, he's not doing that. Well, it's usually difficult once those offensive linemen just get straight into you. Like, if your defensive tackles in front of you aren't absorbing bodies, it's a little bit rough. But 9 tackles, did drop 2 interceptions, which, would have been key, but it's whatever. But, yeah. All right, so the Vikings out of playoff contention. And also, I think it, frankly, reopened the door of, is Zimmer going to have a job next year? Because, injuries and everything, but just getting absolutely blown out and embarrassed like this, I don't know. But we'll have more thoughts in the next video. But your thoughts, Vikings getting beat by the Saints on Christmas Day. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.